I just made a video on at least my interpretation of the effect of a tree falling in the forest without anybody hearing it. And I thought to myself, well, what is the effect of not observing something? We are talking about, firstly, the tree falling in the forest, and what happens if someone doesn't observe it. Well, what happens if a person doesn't observe something in its entirety? I think there's two extremes. The first one is coming from a position of where we are incapable of visualization of a certain something, whatever that might be, due to our resistances. It will be perpetuated through resistance, whatever we are not observing. In fact, we're observing, but it's suppressed below the level of consciousness through resistance, thus it's perpetuation. When we observe by choosing not to observe, we're choosing to encompass duality. And by encompassment of duality, we're creating a sine wave 180 degrees out of phase with the existing manifestation. The existing manifestation is a form of resistance. We are merely creating its opposite. And once we do that, the energy pattern will cease to exist, at least in its current form within inside time and space. And it would still exist in a conceptual or scalar form or causal form in the causal body. But in and of itself, once it's observed, there will be no record. Or rather, once it's non-observed, to the extent it's non-observed, it will cease to exist from a certain point of view. So we need to be careful what we're not observing, right? Otherwise it will cease to exist.